when you're clicking on this video, I'm hearing for you, there's no going back. You can't. You can't going back. You can't go back. Sometimes you're like, I wish I could go back. Sometimes I wish I could take the, blue pill or whatever. Or I want things to go back to where it was, or I'm progressing in life. And sometimes I feel like I'm going backwards and it's comforting and I want to go back to when things are stable. You know, I'm feeling that you kind of been catapulted into this spiritual awakening perhaps recently, more intensely. And when I say recently, I'm speaking to the group of you that you could be going on this journey for the longest time or actually recently, but it just in the recent time it's been so intense. It's like waves after waves. The dust is kicking up after the dust is kicking up, and the dark night of the soul and the dark night of like the whatever. It just like it's been intense. And you're like, I just want stability. I just want things to go back to normal. I just want to be able to freaking breathe again, brush my teeth again, looking at life in a normal way again without seeing all these matrixy things, without seeing, the meaning of duality, non-duality, and all of that. I'm connecting with a very highly spiritually awakening soul. And when I say awakening, is that we're all on this path of awakening. If we're actually like fully awakened, we wouldn't be here. So it's a journey of awakening more and more and more, becoming more and more and more conscious and aware and letting go of all the things that are not real. And what is real, right? What is when I say that, it always reminds me of Morpheus from the Matrix. What is real? What is real? You think the world of the five senses is real? What is real is always coming back to your God essence, love, peace, light, alignment. The real world is the inner world. The real world is the invisible world. The real world is the isness. And when we're in separation consciousness, we're not in the real world. I'm connecting with someone who has been going through a recent awareness shift. And because of that, it's kind of making you very uncomfortable. I'm hearing the word dissociative or dissociative. So basically, like something is not, like the left is not matching the right. Maybe you're someone who's like, that you're meant to do spiritual work, whatever that means, or you're meant to do more independent, entrepreneurial, new earth kind of work. And new earth work, and I work with new earth leaders and guides and healers to help them move into the life that they're, meant to be in the new earth consciousness. And what we're talking about, what I mean by this is in the new earth, you're allowing your inner child to play. You do things not because you need the money or you want the money even. You do it because it's your highest joy. And it is something that it gives you so much to give, to be of service. And with the natural law of the universe, you just receive. That's why this whole concept of being paid to exist, it sounds really fluffy and sounds really like fantastical when you say it in the 3D. But actually, when you're moving into the new earth consciousness, you understand that we're all gifted with certain joy and passion. So that's why the inner child unleashing, honoring work is so important. The inner child healing work is important because most of us in this modern age, we are so disconnected from our joy, from our excitement, When was the last time that you jump up and down? How do you go about your day? With a fat, serious, wrinkle-filled face? Gray, judgmental, crossed arms? Right? And maybe you're not even like that. But being in the growth of the matrix, it kind of makes you like that. It want to makes you to close up. Because when you express your joy, maybe it was shut down. So there's a lot of intricacies here that we need to allow ourselves to express our God essence. And we can only do that through unleashing the inner child. The wisdom from your inner child is the thing that will set you free, that the thing that will bring you abundance and joy, unleashing your solar plexus, your inner sun, how you shine, how you give to the world, how you share to the world. So if you're someone who is very empathic, who is very intuitive, and who has such a big heart to give, but when you feel like you feel drained and like overwhelmed, it's because you haven't activated your inner child, and you're giving from obligation, from need, from survival, and not from pure joy, excess joy, overflowing joy. So that's the work that we have to come back and shift into. And at the same time, in the New Earth consciousness, it's about honoring your inner sage. And your inner sage is your God essence, the wise words, the wise voices that lives within you, and that can be manifested through the ideas of spiritual guides, angels, or ancestors, or whatever. Okay, but it will come through in a way where it's resonant with your beliefs and all of that. But ultimately, there is the wise one or the wise ones that live within you, your higher self, your consciousness, that is always guiding you and pulling you towards your true self. And there's only your true self that is able to receive the inheritance of God. Your true self is the one that gets to be in the kingdom. That your true self is the one that has the access key to it all. That's why I call it a divine template. That is your soul blueprint awakening, your divine template activation. If you're interested in that, I work with individuals specifically one-on-one to unlock their divine template and their soul blueprint. On my one-on-one session, you can book it down below in the description or in the pinned comment. This is the time where we are collectively awakening to what is truly ours. And for that, you have to go through waves of awakening, because you cannot possibly fit everything in one day or one moment or 1 month or even 1 year. So it has to heal and awaken, and the cracks and the shattering has to happen in waves. So when you have initiated yourself onto this spiritual awakening process, it's not clean. It's like, okay, I awakened, hey, hashtag awakened, It's not like that. It is a lifelong process of becoming who you're here to be. Just like how Carl Jung, or Carl Jung, I don't know how to pronounce his name, says, the privilege of a lifetime is to become your truest self. So something like that. It's true. If you're lucky, if you're really, privileged, then you get to experience your truest and higher self, and it comes with a price. And sometimes the price is deep isolation, loneliness, because the world doesn't make sense anymore. All of a sudden, your friends, your family, your loved one, your normal world start collapsing. All of a sudden, what you find interesting, your hobby, the things that give you joy, going to the club, popping the pills, guy-girl activities in the bedroom, it's just not exciting anymore. It's not fulfilling anymore. And then you're asking yourself and scratching your head and maybe your whole body, like, what the F is going on? And once you're like, okay, Reiki is my thing. Oh, okay, sound healing is my thing. Okay, art is my thing. Just a month after everything, you're questioning everything again. Who am I? Why am I here? Why is it so painful, this process? And that's the thing. Your true self is your real self, and your true self will require everything false that the ego has made up. The things that you've been programmed, the things that tells you you're an Asian woman, you're a white male from North Carolina, you are 74 years old, you are this skin color and you are this minority group. And so you are underprivileged, okay? And the thing is, your ego will be like, well, I am underprivileged. I am minority. I am this. I am this. But the true oneness, your true spiritual self is everything. Even me, when I'm channeling these messages, I'm channeling through your higher self, your God consciousness, what you know deeply to be true. This video is not an accident. It's not a coincidence. There's no coincidences. We connect, okay? There's vibration. We connect through frequency. Where the vibration is at, it's going to hit. When you turn the radio dial to a certain station, you're going to hear that message. And right now, something in your system, in your energy, is aligned at the perfect time and place to receive this message. Because your soul knows, and your soul is urging and seeking and thirsty for truth, for relief. You're like, I don't freaking know what to do. You know, maybe you go back to the substance. Maybe you go back to the guy-gal activities in the bedroom. Maybe you go back to seeing your old friends. You go back to your old lifestyle because you just want things to be back to normal because you're going crazy and you cannot even tell anyone about it because they don't get it. But you will find out that these things are not really giving you relief, but they're taking you deeper into the woods. They're taking you deeper into the dungeon. And you're feeling lost and confused and even depressed than ever. And you're like, how do I get out? And that's when the light of the tunnel begin to trickle in. With seeking, with questioning, with being open to the truth comes. But it comes when you have to surrender. It comes with a cost. Everything comes with a cost. That's most people wouldn't want to give up the world of the five senses. Most people don't want to give up the things, you know, the vices, the quick fixes, the instant gratifications, the instant, you know, noodles, the instant microwavable package things. And that's why this modern world is really programmed you into, if it's easy, yeah, do it, you know? It's like sitting in silence, sitting in stillness become almost impossible. Most people can't sit with themselves without music, noise, scrolling, phone, checking their notification even though no one really messaged them. Okay, or even start watching ads and, you know, TikTok videos and whatnot. That's the thing. We have lost the most precious things, which is our presence. Presence is a gift. That's why everything is coded, okay? Presence. When you have presence, you have access the kingdom. You have access the gift of life. You have access your inheritance. That only this moment is real. And most people will not appreciate this moment. They'll, like right now, right here, you can be in your all-isness, all of you-ness, and be content and be at peace. But no, the mind's gonna be like, well, let's bring up your childhood trauma from 3 years ago, or sorry, when you were 3, or bring up what this person said to you 3 years ago, or, oh, why don't we think about the future and the worst case scenarios, not the best case scenarios, but the worst case scenarios. What if I fail? What if my bank account goes to 0? Fear, 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 fear. But in this moment, there's divine perfection. In this moment, it's a blank canvas where there's infinite creative potential. So what do you choose to fill it with? Noise, distraction, other people's programming? The past pain? Because you're reprogramming yourself. This is who I am. Now I am the past person. This is what happened to me. Blame, 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 blame. Victim, 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 sad, sad, sad. So that you can never be who you came here to be because you're so stuck with the story. And I want you to begin to get really deep into these brain and these mind activity and these stories that are running up here. Because it's not you, it's just the story, it's just the noise. So that's why we have to get back into stillness. We have to get back into the 0 point energy. That's why my username is, Tina Wong 000 on YouTube. What's it called? Instagram, not on TikTok. I mean, you can find me on TikTok, but I don't really post there because I'm not really vibing with the thing. I don't even know if I'm on Instagram anymore. Tapping into that 0 point energy, reset your mind, body, spirit, back into stillness, back into isness, back into you-ness, unity, wholeness, holy, okay? Holy Trinity, holy alignment, whole, okay? Everything's a code. When we think about things in religion or 3D, like we're not gonna get it. You have to go beyond that. You have to understand that not like the more you think that you are this person with the skin color and name and age and this is where I'm from and this is my circumstance, this is my bank account, or this is my love situation, the more you're in that ideology, the more you're in your ego. That's what the ego wants. It wants to put you in a box and you can never get out. So when you transcend that and you open up that, you make that box, the cage disappear, and you realize you're infinite in this moment. You could be anyone you want. In this moment, it doesn't freaking matter what the F happened to you. You can be obese, overweight, okay, whatever, okay? No muscles or whatever, right? You can start going to the gym now. You can start eating right now. It doesn't matter that you were sad and depressed and whatever, okay, for how many years. You can choose to be healthy and happy now. You can be appreciative and aligned now. And that's the gift of this moment. It's the medicine that most of us miss. When we're too busy popping pills, distraction, being addicted, and I mean addiction, I think I'm gonna make a separate video here. We're all addicts. Not just the ones who are into substances and alcohol and whatever. That every single one of us, we are addicted to something. Pain, pleasure, sad stories, replaying things, scrolling. Because something in you that wants to come alive. And then your ego shuts it down because that thing is the mystery, is the mysterious feminine essence that wants to reawaken. But you are operating in that, heavy masculine energy. And when I talk about masculine and feminine, I'm talking about the energy within you, that logical, reasoning. No, this feels weird. This doesn't come, it's not according to my 5-year plan. Shut it down. I don't have time to be crying right now. I'm in the middle of the street. Shut it down. But the feminine, the divine feminine essence within you, it's beyond time and space. It's beyond what is convenient for you right now. The kundalini, the energy wants to awaken whenever it wants to awaken. You either allow time and space for it or you don't. And it may take a day, a week, a month, a year, or multiple years, as you know. Because beyond that, it will take as long as it takes for it to take off, for it to take off the mask that you wear, for it to heal your mind from crazy, chaotic energies, from mental prisons that you put yourself in, that this is all who you are because somebody has told you that's all you're good for, and you believed it. And it's not your fault because when we were conditioned certain things, when we're at a certain age, it sticks. So that's why we have to spend the rest of our lifetime to uncondition, deprogram ourselves and remembering our God essence. So this video finds you right now as a divine spark awakening, reminding you to come home, come back into wholeness. If this is the path that you're interested in, I have my private community on School called Awaken. You can join, okay? I'm not sure how long I will have this community for. But right now it is available as I'm sharing this. And in there, there's resources for you. There's guided meditations, there's activations inside for you. I have my 2-2 portal energy activation. And this is the transmission on the New Earth grid, the New Earth consciousness moving into that, how you can do that, what's happening to you, what's happening to you energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, on all the areas, and how you can navigate it. And also how to awaken your inner child, how to find that joy again. A lot of people really got a lot of awakenings from that one, and how to be calm in the chaos. So all these resources are available inside my Awaken community. If you want me to personally work with you to awaken your divine template, activate your soul blueprint, and opening up where your potentiality lies and what is it that's actually stuck. When I work with people in these sessions, I work with people who are very much in the know. However, there is something that they're like, I know that there's a stuck key in there. And this is when we do our magic. This is when we open that. This is a very quantum session. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's a very powerful shift for you. I have my resources down below. You can check out on my links and on my website. If you enjoyed this video, like this. There's a lot of other videos on my channel you can check out after this. Subscribe if you vibe with it. Let me know what comes through for you down below. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.